Hi there, today we're unboxing quite an exciting product. It's an Android TV box and this is by a company called Alfawise and the model is H96 Pro Plus. Purchased off GearBest. Details are in the description below, so if you just click there if you want to see the pricing. Comes with Android 7.1, supports both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Has 3 gig RAM on there and 32 gig ROM. So let's have a quick look around the packaging. Quite nicely packaged. Actually thought it looks a bit like a phone, a large sort of phablet. So let's have a quick look. Details there, we've got an EU plug on there, confirming the RAM on there, so 3 gig and 32 gig ROM. Also says 4K Ultra HD TV box, so it supports that sort of resolution. Let's have a quick flick around the packaging. Plain, nothing amazing on there, but nicely packaged, have to admit. Let's open it up, see what you get. Okay, the actual TV box itself. Okay, let's see what else is in there. Okay. It's a European power supply. So I've got an adapter that can sort of work in the UK with that. Got a remote control, HDMI cable, and a user manual. Okay, so let's check the items we get in the packaging. So this is everything laid out. First of all, the user manual. Checking it, pretty straightforward, all in English. And the other side is in English as well, excellent. Okay, that's that. Let's check the power supply. So it's lucky I've got an adapter to be able to plug this in. So let's see the power requirements for this. So if I can show it clearly. So output is 5 volts and it's 2 amps. So in a way it could work off a USB. So I'll have to test that in the background. So that's quite interesting to know. The actual HDMI cable. Let's unwind this. Have a look at the thickness of the cable. Reasonable amount. Looks like it could be around a meter or so. Okay, not gold plated. That's fine. Not a major issue. Just a note. Okay, remote control. Looks quite cool. Very light. No batteries, that's a bit of a shame. Would have been nice if it came with 3 set batteries. And the actual TV box itself. Very light, first of all, just to note, it's very light. Let's have a close-up around it first. So just branding over here, got some plastic just covering the Alfawise sign on there. Let's have a look around. Looks like a possible reset button there, 2 USB connectors, and then we've got an Ethernet port, which is exactly what I was after. So something with Ethernet and Wi-Fi, useful. You've got an optical input cable, or sorry, output cable there, HDMI connector and AV connector. So no AV cable in here, just to note. And that looks like a mini SD card slot. So quite cool, very tiny, as I've already said. Let's measure it on a ruler, so it gives you an idea how big it is. So about 10.5 centimeters square, and height is around 2 centimeters. Excellent, very tiny. Looks like it's, just seeing if it's rubber on there. Doesn't look like it. So it's just to give it a bit of height, just to provide ventilation for the air vents here. So yeah, build quality, it seems quite nice. I like it, it's so small. So yeah, there you go. Now let's have a go at seeing what the quality is like when you plug it in, how easy it is to use. Okay, so I'm in my dining room and I'm at the back of my TV. So I've actually pulled it away from the wall. So it's got a bracket that's adjustable, so you can pull it away. It makes it easier just to show this. So here's a TV box, quite simple to actually connect up. So initially you've got your HDMI connection there. So let me get the HDMI cable you get with this, plug that straight in. Yep. The other end goes straight into your TV. So I've got a port just here. So that's that one. The next one we want to plug in, let me show, is your Ethernet port. So I've got a cable here. Like I said previously, this does connect wirelessly, so you don't have to have an Ethernet port for this. Okay, the next thing we're going to connect is the power adapter that you get with this. So just to show, just there, plug that in. Now one more additional item I want to plug in is actually a dongle for a wireless keyboard and mouse. So let me put that in. So that'll be useful if you're using a web browser just to type in things. Okay, that's that plugged in. The actual plug itself, I actually have an adapter like so. So I can actually plug it straight into there and be able to plug it into the mains. So let me reposition everything and we can show it starting up. So let's do a test to see how long it takes to start up and actually get to a stage where it's usable. So I've got my stopwatch here on my Android device and I'm just going to hit start as soon as I've turned the plug on. So here we go. Let's see how long this takes. Let me get ready to hit stop as soon as it's ready. Around 46 seconds. Okay, so we've had a play about with this Android TV box. I've already mentioned a couple of the basic apps you get on there. Just to note, obviously Netflix, YouTube, you've got Google Play. So if you log into that with your Gmail account, you can install other apps. To add to that, also just to add, you get Cody as well, Media Center, which is quite good, and Miracast. So I'll show all these one by one. But one of the things that was quite irritating when I initially set it up was the display. It needs to be sort of zoomed out a little bit. So as you see, you can see bits missing on there. So I wasn't too sure exactly where the options were initially for this, but I found them here. So you've got Droid settings. So if I go into there, and you've got display just up there, go in there, and screen position. So with that, you can zoom out. And what you do, you keep doing that until you see the frame. There you go. You can see the frame there. And I can zoom in as well. So get it to a stage where it fills the entire screen. Let's zoom out a little bit. And one more zoom in. I think that's it. That's perfect. So there you go. The whole screen's visible now. So that's perfect. Let's go back again. And as you can see the clock and all the buttons quite clearly at the bottom now. So let me go back. Okay, just to show the remote control you get with the device. Quite a comprehensive set of options there. Obviously numbers there. You've got a backspace to delete, mute button, option to turn on the cursor. So if you've got it, if you click it once, there you go, you can see the cursor moving. So you can use this to be able to select the letters when you're typing something. So for instance, if you're on YouTube, I'll just show now. Let's click on that. I'll scroll along. Quite time consuming, I have to admit, using it like this. Probably better to get one of those gyroscopic mouses where you can just point at a location, click, and it has a keyboard on the side. Still usable, but again, if I show, look at the speed. So still functional, but can get irritating if you had to type out things. So probably a good idea to have maybe even a wireless keyboard and mouse plugged in. So I've got that at the moment, and I can literally go in there, just type away. So there you go. That's the actual usage of the remote control. Okay, just to show on the device, if you actually look on the remote, there's a setup button. So if I click that, you can go to your settings, and within your settings you've got all the different options like network. It allows you to connect to a Wi-Fi network, change your sound, see the apps you've got, for example, and let's show the actual storage on the device. So it has 32 gigs on there. Now other useful things it's got Bluetooth on there, so you can pair it up with other Bluetooth devices, which is good. As you see on the screen, you can see wireless controller. So we've actually paired it with a PlayStation 4 controller, so you can use it for gaming. It's very useful having that. Okay, so as this is a Android device, it comes with a web browser on there. This is quite useful. So obviously, if you had it plugged into a keyboard and mouse, you can just search for things on the web. There you go, YouTube Geek Street. Found it straight away. Click it. So great to turn your existing TV into a smart TV. Okay, so another cool option on this device. So if I go to apps, there's something called Miracast. So this allows you to mirror another Android device directly onto the screen. So I've got my Android phone here. I've got the app, if I can just zoom in, Miracast on there. If I click that, you can see a connect button. If I click that as well, and just give it a moment, there you go. You've got the request appear on the screen. You just click accept to that. Give it a moment, saying it's connected, and there you go, it's connected. So for instance, if I now exit out of there, you can actually see the screen moving. And if I just click that and disconnect, it's disconnected. Very simple, but effective. Okay, so one of the cool things you can do with these TV boxes is to actually do gaming on there. So I'm going to attempt to pair a PlayStation 4 controller via Bluetooth with the device and try a game out. So if I take my remote and press setup on there, scroll down to add accessory, and now on my PlayStation controller, hold on to the PlayStation button and share at the same time, and there you go. Just seen the wireless controller appear there. I'll click OK on the remote, and it's pairing now. It's paired, and that's it. You can just see it there, just showing wireless controller. So now if I go back, now the controller's paired with the device, as you can see by
using the navigation controls, you can navigate around. And if I use the stick there, again, I can move around and select something. So let's select a game. So real racing, I'll click the square button just to select, and let's give it a moment to load up. Okay, graphics wise it seems pretty good. Let's just see what the usability is like. If I can just show. It's not too bad, quite usable as you can see. Fairly responsive. So there you go, pretty impressive. Another possible option on usability with this. So quite cool.
Okay, so one of the things many people fail to mention about Android TV boxes, they are multi-purpose. So they can be used for more than just sort of media, streaming movies, etc. So it can be used as a workstation. So if you put on Word and Excel, you can use it just in the office environment if you wanted to. So I've got Word installed on here just to show that. And if I click on blank document, there you go, Word, with all the sort of menu options you get on there. So let me come out of here. And we've got Excel as well. Just installed it. Sign in later, go to blank workbook, and there you go, Excel on here as well. So with a wireless keyboard and mouse, or even a wired keyboard and mouse, you can just use it as a normal sort of workstation, just to do your general sort of office Word, letters, or even Excel spreadsheets and things, so very useful. Okay, so one of the apps on this TV box is Kodi, which I've already mentioned. So Kodi is actually a media player. So I'll select it now and just show you what that's like. So Kodi actually allows you, if you had a collection of music or movies, to actually add a link to it and actually play all your music and even watch your movies off it. So quite a nice app, proper media center app. Let me show you the movies part. So it even tries to sort your movie collection, or you could actually just go via folders, you know, and go into videos, for example. So quite a nice app. Also it allows you to do streaming as well. So there's some add-ons that comes with it by default, and you can add these sort of things in. So if you wanted to listen to some radio or even stream some TV channels, etc. So really good that it's on there and you don't have to mess around with it. Okay, so one of the main things about these boxes are streaming and actually watching movies on there. So let's try out a video of our travels channel, so Geek Street Travels. So let me pick a video just here. Let's let that start up, and while it's doing that, I'll check the actual resolution. So the quality is quite low at the moment. So I'm doing all this from the actual remote, so it's not too bad, just being able to scroll around with it. And I'll go down to 1080p. There you go, to give you an idea how clear it is. So this is a 1080p video filmed in Trafalgar Square. And clarity is very good, very smooth. Admittedly,
my internet connection is pretty fast at 100 meg. And there you go, not seen any sort of buffering issues or anything like that, or any issues in performance with this, so really impressed. Okay, so I've mentioned the Kodi app already, and just to highlight how good it is, so I've not had to install anything in addition, but the box is easily able to cope with different formats. So I've got some sample videos here. So one's an AVI, one's a MKV, another couple are MP4s and a WMV. No issues, no lag time, no performance glitches or anything like that. Played them fine. Obviously they are running locally on my network at home, not directly off the box itself, but even running off the box, which I've tested, no issues there. I've tried streaming services on there as well, and again, no lag or no issues. So performance wise, it's a phenomenal box. Really does give good performance playing videos.
Okay, so you've seen the Android TV box being unboxed. You've seen how easy it is to connect up to your TV, how simple it is to use. It's great it comes with a remote control, HDMI cable. Bit disappointed by the power cable only because it wasn't UK socket, but obviously we found a way to get it working. It's nice the instructions are in English as well, so that's handy. Very powerful box. Obviously it does have 3 gig of RAM, 32 gig ROM on there. And the fact I did like, it's also got the optical out on there, so I can plug it directly into my home cinema to get surround sound. So yeah, a great device. Nice, it's also got the Ethernet point as well. Highly recommend. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of buying this product. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like and subscribe.